Hey, how's it going, guys? So here we have the finals of the League Cup in Riverside that we had this weekend. On our right, we have Hale, and on our left, we have Daniel. Hale's running Garbodor with Banette, which is really interesting. It's a really good deck. And Daniel's playing Trevenant, which is also a heavy hitter. It's a very popular deck. I think lots of people are going to be playing it and expand it for a while just because it's so good. But yeah, so they're about to get started. For those of you that aren't aware, they're both returning champions. Daniel won a League Cup here before at Riverside, and so did Hale. So they're both returning champions. So it's technically Battle of the Champions right now, and we're gonna see who plays the better expanded deck. So they're gonna get started. They both open up Lele, which is very unfortunate. We are gonna see a Juniper from Hale. We are gonna see Mysterious Treasure discarding the Floatstone, getting a Shuppet early on. We're going to see a Floatstone on the Shuppet, and Hale passes his turn. So Daniel draws his card. We are going to see Mysterious Treasure, discarding that Ace Trainer, getting it in the discard pile. Ace Trainer is a very good card for Trevenant because sometimes you do fall behind, and instead of ending your opponent and hurting yourself, the Ace Trainer actually comes in much handier. So we do see Super Scoop Up from Daniel after he played two Phantoms. Does play that Lele, goes for a Bridget, did get two more Phantoms out, and we are seeing Energy Ascension. So now Hale is item locked and won't be able to play any items from his hand. So we do see Hale draw. Hale attaches energy to Lele. We do see Baby Buzz come on the bench, and we see a Chorus. So Hale's going to Chorus for 6 cards. And we see an Energy Drive. So we do see a Cynthia from Daniel. So he draws 6 cards. He does get another Trevenant on the bench. He's looking at his hand, trying to figure out what he wants to do. We see Break come down, and we do see a Tree Stop. So damage to the active and damage to the bench. We do see Dimension Valley from Hale. So it does get rid of... Daniel does get rid of Tapu Lele. Hale not being able to play items is very stressful. But we're going to see if he finds a way around this. Goes for the Tapu Cure, heals the 2 on the bench. We'd see another Tree Stomp. We're going to see Tapu Lele. Goes for a Chorus. See Drampa and Trubbish come down, and we see the Chorus. So he's going to draw 8. You see Energy on Tapu Lele. And Tapu Lele gets a knockout on this Trevenant. And then Daniel brings up another Trevenant and ends up passing. So we see an Energy on Shuppet. We are going to see a Juniper. See Mysterious Energy. And we see Guzma. And we see Ascension from Daniel. see Guzma from Hail. Hail attaching DC to Drampa. And we see Tapu Lele come up and get a knockout. We see Trevenant break from Daniel and Enhanced Hammer taking off the DC on the Drampa. We see DC on Tapu Lele from Hail. And we see Energy Drive. So we see Hammer come down from Daniel. And Daniel pretty much scoops it up and sees that he cannot win this match. So they're going to go into game 2. Even though Hail was kind of item locked, he was still able to play around it, which was good for him. He was able to get energies on Tapu Lele to kind of dominate the match and kind of attack. And that's kind of what you want to do against Trevenant. You just want to be as aggressive as you can. You don't want to pass turns when you're not even like doing chip damage. That deck has really horrible recovery. So any damage that you can get out is very helpful. But yeah. So they both Mogan. Hale getting those extra shuffles in to separate those cards. Let's see if this hand turns out better. Nope, another Mogan. Alright, let's see if we get a working hand. Oh, that's unfortunate. So Daniel will be Mogan. Will be giving Hale a Mogan. So he'll be drawing an extra card. Daniel opts into doing a power shuffle. Luckily for him, he still has time he still has time in the match where he can go for a quick power shuffle. So yeah. So that power shuffle did help out a lot. Did let him get a Pokemon. So we are going to see Phantom start. Phantom on the bench. Scarf and an N. Looks at the Shuppet to see what it does. I also want to state, so Daniel, unfortunately, when he was deck checked into top 8, he didn't have, his list didn't match with the cards that he had. Unfortunately, he was running Professor Sycamore, and in his list, he had Juniper. So he had to replace that with a Psychic Energy. But I don't think it, it hurts. And I don't know if that would have changed this match. But I just wanted to let you guys know that he's technically playing without a Juniper. Which is, it's kind of hard, because there's times that you want to discard your janky hand and you can't because you have no way of doing it. So yeah. Sorry guys, I got sidetracked from the match. So we got an N from Hale. They're both gonna shuffle up and draw cards, 6 cards. Now we see Banette from Hale. No energies in his hand, so he's gonna end up passing. We are gonna see Trevenant break. We're gonna see Evil Soda for another Trevenant break. We're gonna see Mysterious Treasure. We're gonna see Phantom, Scarf, energy on Trevenant in the active, and Cynthia. We're going to see Mysterious Treasure. Goes for another Trevenant. And goes for Tree Slam. Uses Banette's ability to switch 1 damage counter. We do see Trevenant break. You see Guzma brings up Shuppet. You see D-Valley, and does get a knockout on the Shuppet and does some damage on the Banette. We are seeing Parallel City from Hail, and we see DC Retreat. Daniel then draws. We see Energy on Trevenant. We see a Cynthia. Daniel plays Dimension Valley. Daniel gets a knockout on the bench and some damage on the Bayonet. It's kind of unfortunate that Hale has not drawn a single energy. Bayonet puts a damage counter on Trevenant on the bench. Daniel draws. Daniel puts an energy on Trevenant on the bench. And she slams. Damage counter on Trevenant active. Passes turn. We do see Tree Slam. And that ends game 2. Very unfortunate for Hale not being able to draw an energy to kind of just to attack a little bit, to be somewhat aggressive. So it sucks that it came down to that, but it's okay. So now they're going to go into game 3. Very, very close match. Literally can be anyone's game at this point. So Hale's going to start us off. Goes for Tapu Lele. I didn't see what he added. I think it was a Bridget. You would think it's a Bridget, right? But maybe it was something else. Trubbish, Floatstone, Juniper. There we go. We do see Ultra Ball trying to play those items now before he doesn't get a chance to. And pass his turn. We see Mysterious Treasure discard Cynthia from Daniel. We see him get a Phantom. Puts a Scarf on the Phantom and plays Via Seeker Cynthia. So he's going to shuffle up and draw 6 cards. I see Ultra Ball discards N and Psychic Energy. Gets a Phantom. We see Energy on Lele, and Trevenant Phantom uses Ascension for free thanks to Dimension Valley. Brings up a Trevenant and passes turn. We do see Rainbow Energy from Hale. We do see an N, so they're both going to shuffle up and draw 6 cards. We do see Parallel, so he does get rid of Daniel's Dimension Valley. We do see Shuppet get rid of energy from Tapu Lele. We do see Daniel Handshammer get rid of energy from Shuppet. We see Trevenant come up, and we're seeing Cynthia. See Trevenant come down on the bench. and pass his turn. So we do see Juniper from Hail. We see Banette come out. Energy on Banette, 1 damage counter on the Trevenant on the bench. And Banette attacks Trevenant that's on the bench. We do see energy from Daniel. Trevenant Break come down on the bench. You see Mysterious Treasure for another Phantom. Goes for Via Seeker Cynthia, and he's gonna shuffle up. So Daniel spreads, does 30 damage across the board. You see Bayonet come up. We see Tapu Lele get a DCE. One damage counter from Trubbish, or from Bayonet to Phantom, and attacks the Trevenant for knockout. And then Daniel plays Trevenant from hand and Super Rod from hand. You see Cynthia, so he's going to shuffle up and draw 6 cards. Daniel trying really hard to get Dimension Valley energy here. Let's see if he gets it. And we see Scarf, energy, and passes. Unfortunately, he was short, so he wasn't able to get it. But it's okay because Hail can't one-shot him, so he's two-shotting. So that's actually really good for Daniel. Hail moves 1 damage from Trubbish to Phantom on the bench. And Bayonet attacks. We see Trevenant Break on the bench. We see Trevenant brought over by getting Evo Soda. And we see Daniel shuffle up and draw 6 cards. I see Energy and Scarf on Trevenant on the bench, and we see D-Valley. So we see a spread from Trevenant Break on the active. I see Garbodor come down on the bench. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what he wants to do here. Even though Hale is not able to play items, he's still playing a pretty good. Bayonet being able to attack with 1 energy is actually really good for him as well. So yeah, we see Parallel City from Hale getting rid of that Dimension Valley. Hale trying to figure out what he wants to do. We do see damage on Trevenant that's on the bench, and then we do see knockout on the Trevenant that's active. We are seeing Trevenant Break on the bench and energy on the Trevenant that's active. We do see an end from Daniel. do see retreat from Hail, energy on Trashalanch, Trashalanch for the knockout. Then it plays Phantom, energy on Trevenant active. You see Mysterious Treasure. Fail searches it and goes for N. So I talked to Daniel a little bit after this, and he said that this is where he thinks he made a mistake. He did have a target. He had a Tapu Lele, which he could have searched and put on the bench, the magical swap one. He thinks that this is where he misplayed, but I don't think so. I think it just came down to like drawing outcome, but yeah. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens. So Daniel does spread. He does get knocked out by this Garbodor with Trashalanch. Daniel looking at the discard, trying to figure out what he can do. See Via Seeker for N, and they're gonna shuffle up and draw 6 cards, or Danny's gonna draw 6, and Hale's gonna draw 2. So Hale retreats, puts an energy on top of Lele, uses GX to heal the Garbodors that are on the bench. We see a Trevenant come up, energy on the Trevenant, and we do see a spread. This is getting really dangerously close. It's about to be anyone's game. Hale 1 prize away from winning. We do see Tapu Lele from Daniel. We see Scarf, place the Ace Trainer. Oh my god, look at all that damage on the board. Daniel draws his 6 cards. Looking at his hand. Looking at the D-Valley. And he ends up scooping. And it was the next card. If he had gotten this Tapu Lele, he would have been able to get a knockout. But unfortunately, it did not play out that way. And they were doing the math. And it looked like if he had gotten it, he could have taken 6 prizes and won this game. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I honestly think this was one of the best expanded matches in the history of expanded. This match was super duper close. But yeah, oh my god, I'm like still on the edge of my seat how good this match was. But yeah, guys, don't forget to share this video for anybody that wants to see how the finals of the Expanded League Cup went down in Riverside. Guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.